My audio was off. The audio was off. My bad. Okay, we're live. We're live. Hope you guys have your big girl panties on. This is episode 268 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. Man, this is this is totally out of control today. Our guest is supposed to be Trey from Aries Firearms Range and Joe from 13C Gun Reviews. We'll have him on here in a few minutes. I figured I'd come on, start talking to the people, do the roll call, do some shout outs and all that kind of stuff. Thankfully, I was looking at the chat and I think Clover was reminding me that the audio was not on. So hopefully you guys are hearing me loud and clear right now. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on. Let me know what it is you want to talk to us about tonight. I've got some things on my mind. I'm sure you do. When Joe gets here, when Trey gets here, I'm sure they'll have some things as well going on. Clover Tack was also just texting me to find out if it was me on Facebook friending him. I don't what's going on with that. What's the deal? There's so many bots out there. You don't know who's real or who's not real. Man, if Clover Tack, if somebody responded to you that they're a meat popsicle, then that would be me. That's my secret password. Meat popsicle. All right, so cool. Let me jump into the chat here and start shouting out some people. The show today is brought to you by Gun Prime right there. We're going to have a very good deal going on from Gun Prime right now on the KSG for less than $600. Oh, look, there's Trey.
What's up?
He's got his prison uniform on right now. He's in the chat. What's going on, Trey?
What's up, Hank? Sorry, my computer reset itself.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I understand the trials and tribulations of a PC, man.
Technology, right?
Yeah. Get you a Mac. Yeah. Get you a Mac, man. I don't know. These PCs. Can you hear me? Okay. No, I don't know if he hears me or not. Can you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth, Trey? Oh, no. Something's going on there. Trey, if you can hear me, I don't think your audio is working properly. You might need to restart that thing all over again, my friend. All right. So in the meanwhile here, I don't know what's going on with Trey. In the meanwhile here, I am going to start shouting out some people in the chat. I see Christopher Williams is here, Flopping Garbage as well, Richard Hughes, Ridge Runner. Ridge Runner says, what's going on, Mr. Strange and Strange Peoples? Don't forget the thumbs ups, of course. That's the reminder right there. Hit the thumbs ups. I know. Trey, if you can hear this, if you can hear me, you're going to have to restart, man. Something's going on with your computer. So, or if Lola can hear me, someone tell Trey to restart. Okay. I don't think he's getting it.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, Trey, you're going to have to restart, buddy. All right, hold on a second. Let me just I may have to mute him. Otherwise, that is going to drive me crazy. Okay. Let's see. Got him muted there, I think. All right. So, man, I don't know what's going on tonight. There's there has to be a full moon or something like that. Okay, let's see who else we've got in here. We've got Christopher Williams. I think I said Key ASCII as well. STL Storm Spotter is also in the building. The Archangel is in here. Tango Hunter says hashtag roll call. Screaming Skull Saloon says what's up. Chris Bullis says, what's up, dude? SoCal Gunner says, what's up, my strange familiar? Big Dick Willie also in the building. Jay Brennan is here as well. Sebro says, yo. Jay Loafer says, hey, everyone. I go in tomorrow for heart angio/stent operation and we'll be back home later that night, more than likely. Hope everything goes well with that operation. Hope you get better soon and get all healed up and get back to business, Jay. So our prayers will be going out for you on that. Let's see. We've also, who else do we have in here? Okay, we've got Armin and Axes. He's in as well. Let's see. Trying to go through this as quickly as I can. Vanessa Kitty's here. Shout out to Vanessa Kitty. Rich White also is here. James Lawson, Jason Shera says, hello, people from Indiana. Shout out to the Indianians out there. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. Pixamite. Also, shout out to Pixamite. Let's see. We've got Moobut. Moobut says, moo, moo, moo. So there you go. Richard Hughes says, hashtag more Lola, less Hank. Thank you so much, Richard Hughes. I really appreciate your support. You know, what would I do without you? Okay. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, I'm down to where everyone's telling me that there's no audio. Okay, got that covered. Rich White says, I thought I spontaneously went deaf. Tacos and French fries is in the building. Shout out to Tacos and French fries as well. Rob Avis also here. Rico Junkie 1981. Let's see who else we got. James Miller and Rafael Morales, RTS guy, D. Seeple, the Armsmen. Okay, this just dropped down. Rob D. I shoot my AK naked. All those guys are in here. Rodney Brady is also in here. Simpson Road Larry. Ghost Tactical. Peggy Keller says, hello, breakfast for dinner tonight. What's cooking from Peggy Keller? Walter has the day off, so, you know, I'm sure he's over there working. He's slaving over a stove right now. Paul K is also in here. Satakit, CB. Care Bear on the Holiday Road is also in the building. Shout out to Care Bear on the Holiday Road. Ghost Tactical says, not gonna lie, it's nice to hear people yelling at Trey, and it's not me. Imposter is here as well. Clint Skeens, all those people in here. If I miss someone, let me know, and we'll shout you out again. Let's see. Trey, are you back? Okay. Trey, can you hear us, Trey? Okay, I see Joe. Joe, can you hear us?
I can. I can see you and hear you fine.
All right, cool. And I'm not sure what's going on with Trey. I can see him. I don't know. Is he even moving? Yeah, Trey's still having some technical difficulties. Man. So Trey might have you. I don't know if Trey has upgraded his PC or something like that. That could, that could either create the problem or be the problem if you have not upgraded it. So that's how, that's how that goes. I think Trey's frozen from what I could see. It looks like he's frozen on there. So, yeah, we'll see if he gets that worked out. All right, Joe, what's up, man? What's going on?
Hey, good to see you. Any feedback or echo issues from me? Do I need to plug these things in again, or did I get my audio straightened out already tonight?
Oh, yeah, you're good. You're good. Sounding good, man.
Okay, cool. Good.
Yeah. How's it been going?
Good, actually. Finally banging out some reviews, getting, hopefully have my head back above water in a couple of weeks here, but
okay.
Good, real good. Yeah.
Awesome. You got your possible modification shirt on, I see.
I do.
Hold on, let me lock this on here. Yeah, there you go.
I still need one of those, by the way.
What? The assault
chainsaw to go on the end of mine. Because
we all need that.
An assault chainsaw.
Yes. We all need it. I also would like the modification with the shark on the front.
Yes, preferably with a laser, right?
Yeah, that'll be fun. Let me see what's going on. Okay, Lola's giving me notes. So find out what's going on with Trey, Lola. Tell him I said go buy a Mac.
All right. Wow, I got a lot of shout outs here at me on here. Special K, Vanessa Kitty, obviously Ghost Tactical, the Archangel, Richard Hughes, Music Lover. I'm going to the Hank Strange podcast. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, you are much loved. You are much loved.
Ghost Tactical, everybody, Chris, thank you. Appreciate the warm invite.
Yes. And let me remind everyone out there again, just in case you didn't hear it, hit the thumbs ups, okay? We need and appreciate those, especially in this day and age. Now, one of the notes Lola gave me here is that you went on vacation.
I did.
Okay. What you guys get up to?
So we went back to that place at the Wife and the Girls Love.
Okay.
Thank you, Special K.
Are we not supposed to say what it is?
Down there, Orlando Central, especially my wife's family, who's all over Florida.
Okay.
So we go down there a lot. We rent a house, do VRBO, and normally, especially the mid-October area, or I should say late September area, prices are pretty low down there for houses. We can rent a nice 4-bedroom house for like $100 a night. That's what we did again this time. Then of course we hit up the House of the Mouse as well while we were down there for a little bit. So
okay. Trey, are you back?
Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I had to reboot my computer.
Yeah, it's that PC. I don't know if you've updated lately or what's going on.
I don't know, man. It's ridiculous. Whatever. Technology at its finest. I still use cups with string.
Yeah. That's cool. We got you here now. It's working
What's
out.
up, man? What are you up to?
Chilling. We got Joe. Joe's back. Joe was on vacation.
Hey, Joe.
I think he was just telling you. So you were here in Florida, Joe.
No gun in the window, Joe.
I'm sorry. What's that?
No gun in the window. What's up?
Oh yeah. Sorry. I was rushed to get in here tonight. Unfortunately, I was running behind and ran into some traffic. So I hit the house and I pulled on the first T-shirt that was in the closet, threw a hat on, and boom, here we are.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Okay. Yeah. Your internet is kind of messed up too.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, it is a little.
Yeah, that's probably what the problem is, the internet. Somebody's on there downloading something they're not supposed to be downloading. I can tell you that right now. That was my biggest problem at the house, the internet, like at the house. That's why we have to have this space to do the, oh, there it goes again. All right. So anyway, I think Trey's trying to talk to us, but it's coming in messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rich White says they need to combine Trey's aquarium and Joe's X-Wing into a cool display.
Which one, the standard or we had a shout out? Ooh, I just fired off a missile on accident.
Is that an extra? Is that an extra evil X-Wing? I mean, what's the?
It is. It comes with the assault. I thought there was a thing back here, but the assault wings here. I thought there was a way to open these, like you turn. Oh, there it is. Mm-hmm. It's been so long since I built this with my girls. It's been so long since I messed with it.
Oh, okay. You just turn that. Okay.
The assault position.
Yeah.
Oh.
But what's the difference with the colors?
I'm going slow, but that's pretty sweet. Is that Legos?
Yeah, it's Lego. So this is Poe Dameron's X-Wing, and then the more traditional X-Wing, like Luke in his Red 5, is the white one.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Disciple. That's how I'm supposed to be pronouncing what I call CPL. So there you go. So that's I'm just people always telling me how to pronounce their names properly. So disciple. I just have to remember that. I think we lost Trey once again. So are you still there, Joe?
I am still here. I hear you loud and clear.
All right, good. What is that? Speaking of things that are in your background, what the hell is that little duck thing over there in the corner?
Duck thing. So this is slightly older than I am. This is probably 2 weeks older than I am. My grandfather bought this. He was a harbor pilot in New York City. He was a harbor master, and he bought this at whatever their shop is there or their thing about 2 weeks before I was born. And he brought it as a gift to my not quite yet born self, and brought this the day I was born to there. So I've kept it ever since. I believe his goal was since he had his goal was for me to put this on my
sorry.
desktop.
Hold on 1 sec. Yeah, we've got like a bunch of noise coming in. I think that's from. Yeah, hold on 1 second. Yeah, it looks like Trey, you're back, but we're hearing a lot of background noise. Okay.
All right, so I plugged in my my thing here too.
Yeah, I think that's coming from Trey.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I know that's like a total nightmare. I just want to clear it up for everyone. Trey's having severe technical difficulties today. So I don't know. We might have to just. I'll get in touch with him after the show.
Sure.
To help him out with that. Okay, I'm sorry. You were telling us your granddad was a harbor master.
He was in New York City, and this was so anyway. He bought this. He got word of my impending birth and bought this before just before I was born, and brought this down. And he gave this to me on the day I was born. I don't remember it, but I do.
You'd be amazing if you did.
I do remember this thing has been around for as long as I can remember, and my grandfather, since he didn't go to college, his desire was that I would keep this and put it on my desk when I went to college. So
Okay.
I've kept this anywhere I've had a desk or any place of notable importance. I've kept this out and around and visible. He passed away when I was fairly young. I do remember him, but he passed away fairly young, and I keep this as a remembrance of him pretty much everywhere I go.
Yeah, it's very cool. Who is it made from? Do you know? Does it have anything that says? It looks like it's in good condition.
Yeah, it is. So this is this is all wood and probably, I would assume, lead-based paint. There are absolutely
Good stuff.
Yes, there are. There's a little tiny thing on here which I'm sure says "made" somewhere. This little sticker that's kind of rolled up and just barely hanging on there. I don't know if you can see it. I haven't taken the time to unroll it. I just leave it as it sits. It probably says, I don't know, China or something. I have no idea. It's curled up on itself, but still holding on. And that's it. It's just all wood together.
Yeah. If someone knows what that is, I don't know if you know what it is. Is it like a lure? Is it a duck lure? What is it?
I have no idea. It's just a little duck, red, white, and blue duck.
Okay. Does it come apart?
I don't think so. I've never tried to take it apart. The little things right here, this section right here, you can rotate them if you want. I don't know why you would need to rotate it, but you could if you wanted to. They're like little pieces of wood that are just dropped on a dowel that appears to run up and down the center with the head on top. But I've never messed with it other than, just that may be the most I've ever handled it in one spot since I've been like a really small child.
Okay. Okay, cool. Looks like Trey's back again. Can you hear us, Trey? I can see the fish swimming around.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Let's see the X-Wing again. That thing was pretty sweet.
Okay. Trey wants to take a look at the X-Wing. Looks like we're getting some feedback too. From you, Trey, I think your microphone's too hot. You might want to turn it down. I think that's okay. Yeah. All right. Richard Hughes says 13C gun reviews, take it apart. There's a gold coin in there. Yeah, okay. Don't believe it.
If there is, it can stay there.
Yeah. Yeah. Brian Quick says it looks like late 50s, early 60s Art Deco.
All right. Is that better, Hank?
Yes, way better. Way better.
That would have been bought in the middle of 1977, if that helps narrow it down.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very interesting. I thought it would be some kind of like lore or something like that, but it's really cool.
Thank you.
It's really cool. I'm digging it. Okay, Trey. Hopefully now you got your act together. This green striped shirt of yours is your bad luck shirt from now on.
That's my gift. Yeah.
Huh?
My convict.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So since you've been gone, Joe, been a bunch of stuff going on here. Anything super interesting to you going on in the gun world?
Not really.
No,
I mean, there's stuff that's going on, but I mean, nothing that's, crazy, nutso or anything. Newsflash, I still don't have, going on 2 years and 8 months later, I still don't have my Archon Type B. So we got that going for us.
Yo, what type what?
So the Arsenal Strike B, which, lawsuit renamed, all that, the Archon, Archon Type B.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about this the last time, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. The last thing I had heard, it was shipping out to me, and then it didn't. And then we hear things about all kinds of issues with like primer strikes and stuff. And maybe I was a little too premature in saying exactly how I was going to start the review out, and saying that I was just going to take it out of the box, fire the first, dozen mags through it on camera as my first look video, then get into the full review later on. Who knows if that sabotaged me or not, but here we are still waiting.
Yeah. You think they saw that somehow and said, yeah, let's not send that guy one.
The best I could tell, but I did actually put money down on it, and it's been paid for. I put money down on it initially like 2.5 years ago, and I paid it off when it was supposed to actually be hitting like 1.5 years ago. So, they've been sitting on, whatever, I don't know, $750 was the original buy-in for it, whatever it was. They've been sitting on that for at least some part of that or all of it for at least 1.5 years, going up on 2.5 years. So
wow.
We'll see.
Yeah. I guess so. You're not getting there's no chance that you're getting your money back on that.
I mean, I guess I could scream and shout and raise the thing on it, but I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to let it ride at this point. I'm going to take it out of the box on camera, start shooting it, and just, like I was planning on, and let the chips fall where they may. I mean, a company that, has drug its customers on who have had money down for, years, and they go dark for months at a time. If you check out their Instagram and page like now, right, they're like, oh, they're on your dealer shelves now. They shipped like 15 of them, I think, something like that. They shipped under 50, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 dozen did they actually ship.
Okay.
And they're like, yeah, they're out there. Check your dealer shelves. It's like, right. Which, if that is the case, why are they shipping out to, allegedly, which they're not, but I mean, if you take them at face value, why are they shipping out to just random dealers randomly when they're not fulfilling all these massive pre-orders that are out there, right? I mean, there's got to be at least 1,000 pre-orders that are still outstanding, I would assume, between the various dealers that I've talked to.
Yeah, this sounds like it's shaping up to be a lawsuit of some type. And the company is this? What's the company again?
The company was they got sued for the name Arsenal. So now they're Archon, Archon.
Okay, because it was an arsenal.
Yeah, it was one of the arsenals.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So, and then where's the company based?
They're overseas, but they do have an office here in the U.S. I think in, where's it, Arizona, Nevada, something like that.
Okay. But when overseas, where are they overseas?
They're also dealing with Salient. Which of course,
good luck with that one.
Yeah, exactly. If that's any surprise for you on what they have,
yes, if you can look that up and tell us, or send me a link up here and we can look into it. So let me see. Trey, have you had dealings with Salient? You sounded like you're about to chime in there.
No, but I've heard stories, and I'm not really interested in getting involved with them.
Yeah. So it's just contact. They have a phone number with a 702 area code and info@archonfirearms.com. I'm trying to think of where they're actually. I'm looking on their website here.
I think that's just gonna wind up being one of those maybe lawsuit situations to to get it back. They were at SHOT Show, right? They were at SHOT Show?
Yeah. So I mean, I went through a company called Rain 6, which the guy who runs that seems like a pretty decent dude.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
But I actually haven't heard back from him since that whole thing dropped, like, I don't know, was that 3 weeks ago, at least 4 weeks ago?
Okay.
So,
yeah. Lola, you're trying to tell me something. What, did I talk to these guys?
No. Yeah. Remember SHOT Show? It was the last day of SHOT Show. We were downstairs in the basement. They had a box booth, and you walk in. It's like a little path, and you walked in, and it's like an enclosed box, and it was all Salient Arms.
Okay, that's Salient. That's not these guys.
Oh, who was he talking about?
Archon.
They were in their they were in the same booth as Salient.
Oh, they were in the same booth. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I typically ignore Salient stuff, to be honest with you. It looks good.
And like I said, I would have too, except for they were supposed to be, they were just getting help with distribution through them allegedly.
What the heck is that?
I don't know what that is.
Trey, what are you doing?
I'm using my Darth Vader voice. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place today.
Yeah, is that your phone?
I'll interrupt you, Joe. Go ahead.
Yeah. You know what? Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I know. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how this allegedly plays out, what gets delivered. I mean, I would assume right now they've stopped sending any more out, and they are trying to fix their light primer strike issues at a minimum before they send out more guns. I would assume. I have no idea, because obviously it's ghost town out of them and their distributors. They're and it's not like they're telling their distributors anything either. So
yeah. So Razor JB, I'm sorry, Razor JB says Archon is Salient Arms co-owner, soon to be parent owner by first of year, garbage customer service, and he said it over again. So they're pretty much the same company. Yeah, it's too bad. Listen, I think that they have really good looking things. I know my friend Jesse James, he won something from Salient, and I think he just got it before he left. The last time he left, and I saw it, I took a picture of it. I have it somewhere. One of their real high-end guns, but he won that thing like 2-3 years ago, and it took him that long to get his hands on it. But there's a lot of like weird things going on with the company. I don't know if they're in Vegas. Are they in Maryland? I've actually spoken to someone from there before, but he was in Maryland, but there's something going on in Vegas. I don't know why a gun company would go from Vegas to Maryland unless they're trying to get government contracts or something. And I figured maybe they need to be close to DC. Who the hell knows? Mm-hmm. It's the kind of thing that I would totally 100% avoid.
Yeah. Well, if I hadn't gotten so, and I'll say it, emotionally invested into what I really liked when I first saw it.
Mm-hmm. So Kioski wants to know, what is that? Like, what made that gun so desirable to you?
It reminds a lot of the things out of the. So one of the things I like about the VP9 are, it takes things from different, some of the best things from each thing. Well, imagine a VP9 that's just slightly tweaked better in all around, right? Mm-hmm. It's got a really nice factory. Well, I won't say factory because I don't know, right? I mean, I've only seen the pre-production models and everything else, right? I've never actually had to put my hands on a production model. But everything that I saw from the pre-production ones, the triggers were great. There were a lot of things that I liked about it. At the same time, now that we look at, we've got a track record of 2 solid years out of them of ghosting customers, not saying anything, finally popping up, pretending nothing happened, and still not answering other questions that happened. It's very disturbing. So be quite honest, you guys, if you guys want one of these, I'm going to shoot it. I'm going to do a review on it. And as soon as I'm done with the review, unless there's something really crazy that really makes me want to keep this thing, I'm going to turn around, put it on Gunbroker, and sell it as soon as I'm done with the video, because I just really don't want anything to do with them at this point. Because if something does happen, then what am I going to do, right? I'm stuck holding, $850 paperweight.
Well, and then here's the thing. Razor JB says that he got his money back last November, fired it over 2 years ago, and it was strike B. Mm-hmm. One of the weird things is if you ever get one, you might just want to hold on to it, man, just because there probably won't be that many of them out there in the world. So 10, 20 years from now, you might have something pretty unique because, it's going to go the way of the dodos. So, okay, I see. Trey, you're back. Are you there? Trey? Nope, still having difficulties. Okay, all right. So let's see here. So you know what? That's the thing, man. If you ever get it, at least the saga will be kind of over. Yeah. But I would recommend don't get rid of it because you never know what's gonna.
Yeah, you've got a point. I don't know. Maybe I'll feel better after I get it. It's just the constant ghosting, the constant left in the dark. It's just It's frustrating. To be quite honest with you, I've become emotionally invested in it now, which is something that rarely happens. And you're just like, oh, you know.
Yeah, your money's all the way in, man. Your money's all
Yeah.
the way in. I don't know if you're going to get it back. I don't know if you've tried to get it back, but you know.
Just when I think I'm not going to try and get it back, I finally, you know, I talk to somebody, and then I'm like, all right, I'm going to keep riding it out because it's right around the corner. It's right around the corner. It's right, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we'll see.
Razor JB is chiming in on this again. He says, after the initial import of them, Salient will take over. You know how that goes. Salient has worst customer service in the business. So probably a very small company. Salient is probably 1 or 2 people. Who knows?
Yeah, I've never, well, unless you count Archon, whatever, you know, I've never dealt with Salient on anything before, so I don't own any of their stuff. So.
Yeah. All right, let's try it one more again. Trey, can you hear us? Okay, I feel like Trey, can you hear us? All right.
He is locked up on my screen. I see and hear you fine. He is completely frozen on. Well, now I don't even see him. So, or there he is, but he's not moving.
Yeah, I can't see the fish swimming around there either. I don't know. Something's seriously going on with Trey's thing out there. So, okay. All right. So let's see what else is going on, man. I mean, you know, you haven't kept up with any kind of news going on here, huh?
Minimal.
Okay.
Anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. So did you hear about Elizabeth Warren and her claims now to be an Indian?
Yes, 1024th or something insane, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Infinitesimal. Okay, now we got Trey. Now we got Trey on here. I think
we got 2 Treys.
Can you hear us? Okay, what is going on?
I don't know. It's my computer. What's going on?
What is? Oh, you got something in the box. Uh-oh. Ooh, commemorative M17.
Ooh.
Okay, open the box. Let's see it.
What's in the box?
Just got it today.
Yeah. Hopefully your signal holds up long enough for us to see what's in the box.
No, I'm joking. Fresh out of the package. Look at there.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice. Looking good. Looking good.
Man.
All the SIG lovers out there. Hold it up. Don't hold it up. Let's see it. Hold it up in front of the camera so that people can see it. Very nice. Very nice. I'm assuming you got a really good deal on this.
Well, of course.
Okay. You're not planning on telling us about the deal?
About 300 under list.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
I've been wanting one, but I was afraid I wasn't going to get one because it was they only got 5,000 they're putting out. I'm like, yeah, I'm probably not going to get one of those. Lo and behold, boom, it comes in today while I'm standing there at the counter.
Ooh.
And I snagged it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I also have the M9 commemorative also. When the Beretta won the contract. So now I have both the military gun commemoratives.
Okay. So Archangel says, at Aries, sweet, you got my M17 for me. Laugh out loud. And
in the mail, bro. In the mail.
Brian Cook says, hope everyone knows the DOD pays around $200 for the same pistol.
I know, but mine says commemorative.
Oh, okay. And Razor JB says, damn, don't drop it.
I'm not, trust me.
Yeah.
I can't see the feed for some reason.
Don't mess with anything, Trey. Don't, please.
I'm not touching anything.
Don't mess around with anything. You're already on precarious ground. So
yeah, I don't know what's going on tonight. I'm sorry, guys.
No,
I got an internet tech coming out tomorrow. I made an appointment. Joe, what's up? I like your sexy X-Wings. Pretty cool.
Thank you. Yeah, it's my daughter and I build
ball duck. Is that what you're a bowling pin duck?
What's that? What about the duck?
A bowling pin duck? Is that what you have there?
No. While you were having internet problems, I talked about this. Is something my grandfather got for me a couple days, right before I was born, and I've had it ever since.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think we have no idea what it is. Someone out there eventually will let us know what it is.
Somebody said they think it's
maybe he was just getting rid of it and he gave it to you instead.
Toy. But the head on this, I've never tried to like pull it off, but the head on this is attached.
Okay.
I never tried to, yank on it because it's 41 years old and a couple days old. Mm-hmm. But
that's pretty cool.
It's the head's on there, fairly well. I haven't tried to, get it off, but I'm not planning on it either. At this point, it's on there. I'm not taking it off to find out for sure.
Yeah. So,
that's pretty cool.
So let me see. I'm trying to go through here. Trey, do you have any news, anything like going on in the news since the last time you've been on that you want to cover? We've heard the saga.
No, I've been
from Joe.
There's not a lot going on for me in the news feed. Did you see something? Did I miss anything?
No, I'm just trying to see if there was anything in particular you had on your mind you wanted to get into.
No, I've just been watching Big Trouble in Little China a lot. That's about it.
Oh, okay. You're getting ready for the movie night. Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah. So Joe, this Friday is going to be movie night.
Okay.
And it's going to be Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh wow, I haven't seen that in forever.
Yeah. So everyone has to look at that. I don't know if you're busy, if you want to drop in or whatever, but it's going to be movie night on Friday, and we're talking about Big Trouble in Little China. So, yeah,
thumbs up.
Everyone's getting ready for that. Yes, by the way, please give us the thumbs ups. Maybe that will help Trey's signal.
Yeah. Yeah, gotta get your tinfoil hats on. Get your thumbs up.
Yeah. I don't know if anything's gonna help Trey's signal at this point. It's holding on with bubble gum.
I got my satellite dish. There we go. Good signal right there. There we go.
Yeah. If there's anything out there you guys want to talk about, let us know. We can jump into a couple of things here. We were talking about the DNA test from Senator Elizabeth Warren. Her supposed
what did
DNA.
it say? She wasn't. I'm more Indian than she is. I got Indian in my blood, but.
Oh, have you done a DNA test? I
did do one. I did one like a month ago.
Oh, okay. Have you gotten the results, or you haven't gotten it yet?
No, I have. I got them. I'm sorry. I got the results a month ago. I didn't actually pass that.
You did? Oh, okay.
Here, let me see if I can.
Yeah, pull it up, and you can tell us the, So I threw up this post yesterday in honor of Senator Warren's Indianness. I don't know if you guys saw it. It says, Elizabeth, you just went 1/1000th and 24th.
Yeah, I saw that. It was funny. I liked it.
You never go 1/1000th. You never go full 1/1000th.
We need to watch that movie too.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Yes. And the name of this movie is escaping my mind right now with Robert Downey.
Are you kidding me? Tropic Thunder, baby. Tropic Thunder, I just watched it like 2 nights ago. Booty Sweat.
Yes. So here, I have the full copy of Elizabeth Warren's DNA test right here.
That's funny. Crackers. You missed that, Trey. You
can't say that. That's racist. Only I can say crackers.
I can't say crackers?
Not unless you're crackers.
But I'm talking about actual crackers.
Oh, well, all right. Well, saltines then. Say saltines. I prefer if you say saltines.
If I said it like, you jive cracker, then that would be racist. I would never say such a thing.
No, never.
All right, I got mine. I got it pulled up.
All right, tell us your percentages. By the way, Joe, have you ever done one of these DNA things?
No, I have not. I think my results would just come back with, like everything. I think that's just everything. Although I consider myself Native American because my wife, her grandmother was 100% Native American. So as you go down the line,
what the hell does that have to do with you?
Well, because I married into the tribe. That's how it happened. I married into the tribe.
What do you get, like mineral rights or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to understand the logic. Okay, are you being serious or?
So no, my wife is Cherokee. Well, she is
Her Elizabeth Warren, right?
I don't know, 1/16 Cherokee Indian, or would it be 1/8? I don't know, but 1/16 or better Cherokee Indian.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I can't
you
remember.
are 100% Jive Turkey. Psycho 316 says, Hank, they prefer to be called saltine Americans.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Pumpkin connected.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Trey, hit us with the percentages. What do you got?
65% English Welsh, I knew that. 30% Irish Scottish, knew that. I was 4% Swedish, which I thought was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I am 1% Native American, which I already knew that.
So you have way more than
oh yeah,
than
I got
Lauren.
her. Boom! I'm gonna slam DDT her on the Native American side.
Because you're right within the zone of what they said the average white American has of Native American blood.
Well, we had
because you're in that 1%, 1 to 2%.
Our great grandfather was the wandering drunk Indian, and he just literally rode around on his horse doing stupid stuff.
Doing the business.
Grandfather used to tell me stories about that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
He was a registered Indian too. That was pretty rare back then. They had 2 years to register, and if you didn't register, you didn't get anything.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Music Lover says, I am 1/4 baloney. So so there you go. And Rich White says Trey is a 1%er.
Boom, got my tomahawk and everything.
Yeah. So there you go.
Me and you, Joe, we're gonna hunt down a bald eagle and get our feathers.
Yeah, I'd like to see what Joe's is. I think it'll be interesting to see what Joe's is.
I think from what I can tell of what I know of my family history, I'm like everything, pretty much.
You're a Viking, Joe. I can see it in your eyes.
Maybe.
Yeah. Everyone wants to be a Viking. I don't know what's the deal with that, you know. But you know, the Vikings were out there spreading the seed, so to speak. So the Huns were also as well. I think pretty much everyone is related to the Huns on the face of the planet at some point, right?
Go figure that, right?
Yeah. So okay, so that's going on. That story kind of has legs. You know, I saw that because yesterday CNN had her back, you know. In that whole story, they had her back, and they're, huh?
How can they do that at this point? I mean, it's just even for them, that's pretty low, right?
Yeah, I think they're turning from that right now. I think at this point they're kind of like turning on her a little bit. You know, that they realize that this isn't. You know, people see past everything that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so. You know, in the beginning, I think all the media arms out there were just going along with it. Now it's going to become a thing because everyone realizes that it's so small. You know, so this is a CNN headline. No, is this CNN or Politico? Okay, this is Politico. Warren stumbles with Native American rollout. The likely 2020 candidate is getting flack from the left and right after trying to diffuse a Trump-driven controversy. So. Here, I'll share this with you guys so you can look at it here.
Trump-driven controversy. She's the one who said it. He never said she was.
Yeah, she's
the one who put all this out there, and then.
Yeah, he was just calling her on something that she's the one that put out there. You know, so it goes on here. So Senator Elizabeth Warren's effort to defuse the Donald Trump fuel controversy over her past claims of Native American ancestry seems to have done just the opposite. 24 hours later, outrage on the left and right was still running strong as questions swirled about the likely 2020 candidate's timing and political judgment. So I guess she put out this 5 minutes long video where she had an expert come on and claim that she was indeed Native American. You know, several Democrats
Was he a
expressed.
DNA expert, or was he just a Native American saying she was a Native American?
No, he was just doing it based on that fraction that she said, that fraction of a percentage. What was it, like 0.09 or something like that? Several Democrats expressed frustration that Warren would choose to create a media sideshow so close to the important 2018 midterms, and some progressive and Native Americans fumed that Warren appeared to be appropriating tribal identity to settle a political controversy. Far from clearing Warren's path to a post-midterm presidential campaign launch, as it seemed designed to achieve, Warren's elaborate rollout on Monday, complete with DNA test results, a slick video, and an attempt to go toe-to-toe with the tweeter-in-chief on his own ground, seems to have created as many headaches for her as it alleviated. So the Cherokee Nation.
Or she could have just dropped it in the first place and been done with it.
Yeah, just let it go, and everyone would have forgotten about it. Yeah. Cherokee Nation issued a blistering statement on Monday that said using a DNA test to lay claim to any connection to the Cherokee Nation or any tribal nation, even vaguely, is inappropriate and wrong. So there you go. Makes a mockery out of DNA tests and its legitimate uses while also dishonoring legitimate tribal governments and their citizens. So, yep. Bad advisors. Bad advisors on that one. And that's not going to go away. That's not going to go away now. I can tell you it's too late for that.
No.
That's
She's
definitely
pushed it too far.
Yeah. And then the other big thing that's happening that, you know, is this this whole thing with the Saudi journalist. I'm not 100% sure this guy was a journalist, but body of missing Saudi journalist was cut into pieces, Turkish official says. So
they did find his body. I just know he was missing.
Yeah, I don't know if they found his body. It says the body of missing journalist Jamal Khashoggi was cut into pieces after he was killed 2 weeks ago. The Saudi consulate at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul, a Turkish official told CNN on Tuesday. So I don't know who has his body and what's going on there, but that's also another story that has legs. We don't know what the hell's happening. And it raises the question, like, why the hell are we so dependent on the Saudi Arabians for anything?
Right.
You know?
They're good pilots.
No. Not even the close. I mean, this is the thing, man. Like, why are we still even, why are we still even messing around with these dudes, man? And why are we letting the threat of, you know what, we will make your oil prices go up? Why are we letting that scare us over here? Or do we want to sell them guns that bad? I don't know.
How many guns could they be buying, though?
I don't know. I don't know
either.
Yeah. I don't know why they need to buy all these guns when it seems like Americans are fighting their wars for them.
True.
Very
true.
So
for their people. Yeah.
I think that America has the wherewithal to get off the Saudi Arabian teat, and I think they should do it. These kinds of things are horrible, but you're probably going to see more of that. And I guess there's like a new Saudi Arabian prince running the show or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's part of what's going on here. So, so Mike Bryant wants to know, Joe, what modification? Chainsaw, bayonet, velociraptor, lightsaber? You're gonna have to show everyone your t-shirt.
I'm gonna need. I need one of each. I need one of each. I have multiple ARs. I should have them configured.
What is that? Is that like a howitzer round?
What's that?
Is that a howitzer round on there? I can't tell.
No. Yeah, you might have to. I don't know if you could stand up and get closer. That's a chainsaw.
Yeah, it is the chainsaw.
For anyone who can't see it, so there you go.
Okay,
yeah, that's the chainsaw.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Sweet.
the chainsaw modification.
Yeah.
Now that's a Forge from Freedom shirt, or no?
No, this one is 1776 United. So they made, I think, like literally that night they made one of these. They put up one of these shirts for pre-order, and then like 2 days later, everybody started making all the variants of the shirts.
Okay.
So they wound up doing just one run of the first ones they first came out, and they're like, well, everybody else is making them, so.
Yes. Imposter says, like Walter says, follow the money. Let me see. Who can
Yeah,
do a Walter impersonation? I can't do big-headed, bald-headed dude to.
You don't have any ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have enough desserts over here. And Walter is in the chat, by the way. So shout out to Walter. Walter, I'm repping for you, man. I'm making fun of you, but I'm also
I'm jealous. That's what I want next.
Oh, I bet had this.
Hey, the e-file. Here's big news. The e-file is back up for short barrels.
Oh, really?
The e-file is back up. So allegedly.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, allegedly for those we should be seeing turnaround times in
I already set mine in regular though.
Listed by weeks rather than months.
Oh, okay, cool. By the way, I think Walter still has some keg 12s left. I know he's selling out of these when they're all gone. He's not making them anymore for anyone who's interested. You got to get in touch with Walter. He is in the chat right now. He's got 12 gauge and he's got 410 and something else, I think. He can probably let us know what he's got going. And this has the ATI Outdoors super soft rubber grip on there. So I've got a video of us changing that over. That makes a difference right there, man, because this thing being shorter,
it's got a little bit of a kick.
Yeah, it has a kick. I'd like to see them make some rubber.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, I'd like to see them make some rubber for this right here. That would be awesome.
Over the weekend I shot buddy's 7-inch Beowulf pistol. Or no, it wasn't a pistol. It's a SBR. He actually SBR'd it. And that thing with a 7-inch barrel is a little stout.
Yeah.
It was fun as hell. Oh my God. But yeah, just a little stout.
Yeah. I can imagine. I'm thinking, is there a suppressor?
No, we did not have a suppressor for it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I need to get a Verse 50 and stick that bad boy. Get one of those and stick one of those on the end of it. But then again, you're taking away all the fun of it.
Yeah.
Part of the fun is that obnoxious concussion in this massive fireball. We got the video up on our Instagram.
Yeah, that fun only lasts so long, but okay. It only lasts so long.
Yeah, you're not going to want to shoot it all day or anything. But
no, absolutely not.
As far as a couple dozen rounds over the span of an afternoon or evening, it's fun. It lets the neighbors know you still care too.
Yeah. Walter says, I still have kegs. The only one we don't have are the 7-inch Mossbergs. And he says keg 12 2nd gen is in the planning stages. Interesting.
Ooh.
Interesting. Some little news there from Walter.
News? You heard it first here on the Hank Strange My Freedom podcast.
Yeah, it's going to be called the Hank.
Right.
I can announce that right now. It will be called the Hank 12.
Hank 12.
Yes, Hank 12. That's going to be the official name. I see Walter in the chat agreeing with me. He just put up thumbs ups. So he says it is going to be called the Hank 12.
Do we know where the name Keg came from? KEG? I'm sure that means something.
Compact entry gun.
Oh yeah, like the compact entry stock, KES compact entry stock, compact entry gun. I get it.
Yes.
All right, it makes sense now.
Yes. So.
And meanwhile, that compact entry stock, I don't have one here in front of me, but I got one on one of my ARs, which shortens the overall length, and it is still rocking on hard. So,
yeah. Walter's saying non-NFA. So the Hank 12 is going to be non-NFA.
So it's going to be a Mossberg.
Dig it.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's cool. I think Walter's going to be on tomorrow. So he'll be on to talk about that tomorrow. We've got Liberty Doll on tomorrow as well. So there you go for everyone who's going to join us tomorrow. Let's see. All right. So I got my keg 12 here. What stuff do you guys have? What guns do you guys have out there? What do you guys have?
Oh, handy?
Yeah. What can we show?
I got a
badassery right there.
Badassery, yes.
And what is that scope on there again?
This is this video just went live yesterday. So the right on mod 5 Gen 2 6 to 24 power.
Well, that's nice.
Reticle in the first focal plane.
Nice. Okay.
Yes.
Very cool.
feature packed at a crazy low price point.
Okay. Very nice. What is the price point?
That's an MCX, right?
What's that?
That rifle? What is it?
No. This is an AR, but it's the Spikes Tactical Sandbox Builders Kit.
Oh, okay.
With
Nice.
some Mission First Tactical stock and stuff, and then a bunch of Geisley parts inside here. And then it's a pinned and welded AAC flash hider on the end here.
Nice.
For overall 16-inch. Price point. MSRP is $599. The street price is usually $499. Right now, I had to find the link for it, but they are on sale with the 13C code. Gun Reviews will get you about $427 delivered.
Okay.
Which is a whole lot of optic for $427 bucks.
All right. Very nice. Very nice. Archangel wants to know, Trey, any thoughts on the new Remington semi-auto TAC 13? So, did you hear that, Trey?
Not really. That's just about it. Remington's known for their shotguns, so it can't be that bad.
Okay. All right. So just say that again, because I think we lost the first part of that, Trey. It didn't come out.
I haven't shot one yet. I've just handled them at SHOT.
Okay, a SHOT Show.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Ooh,
there you
that
go.
is a good deal.
Yeah. So, and Joe has alluded to the Gun Prime deal of the day. Gun Prime.
I saw it pop up and I clicked on it. I'm like, oh, that is a good deal.
Yes, we're going to talk about that right now. Joe, you could tell us, what is it? What is the Gun Prime deal of the day, since you opened it up?
I did. I opened it up. So there's a Kel-Tec KSG 12-gauge bullpup 14-round shotgun, 18.5-inch barrel. I would assume with the overall length, so it's not an NFA item, at the low price of $598 even.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty good.
That's
price.
pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, $598 for one of these. Hell, at that price, I might even buy one.
Yeah, that is. Let me tell you, this is good. This is going to sound really crazy, but you have to think of this in perspective. When I first got my Keg 12, I got it during the Firearmageddon.
Mm-hmm.
And I could have bought like three. At the price now, I could have bought three at least for what I paid, and then some. Back then, in the Firearmageddon, I had to have a Keg 12. I was like, the world's going to end, and I'll never be able to own a Keg 12. So I went out there and overpaid for that thing. And now look at this, man. You $600,
right? Yeah, that's not.
I'm sorry, no, not Keg 12. I'm sorry. Lola's reminding me.
Not KSG.
The KSG. Yes, my bad. Yeah. So Kel-Tec KSG 12-gauge bullpup for $598. It's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. And then I saw that they had, they had a didn't they have something else, Lola, that I was looking at on here? Where the hell did it go? There was another Kel-Tec thing in here as well that they had that I thought was interesting. I don't know if it's as good a deal. They have a CMR. They have CMRs for $399, but they have the RDB for $748. What? Yes. Okay. Yeah. The RDB is for $748 on there. So
not too shabby. Not at all. I remember when that thing was full boat retail plus a markup for a couple of years.
Yeah. So, and it seems like they're available. That's like one of the bullpups I'd like to get next, the Kel-Tec RDB. So I've already, I tested it when it first came out. What's up?
I was handling bullpup today. It's at the shop. It's an SKS bullpup.
An SKS bullpup. Okay, so it's a kit.
Have you? No. Well, yeah. Have you ever seen one of these before? Oh, dang it! There you go.
It was. I think there's kits out there. I can't remember the name of them, but
it was an SKS one. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I thought of you when I saw it. I'm like, let me get a picture of that so I can show Hank tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's lots of kits out there for it. Here's the thing: like I've had kit bullpups and stuff like that, and I like them. We're actually building a kit bullpup 22 Ruger 1022 right now that we're doing with Barnauls. Those are cool, but I'm always on the lookout for the purpose-built bullpups. So those are the coolest ones, in my opinion. So, but I have done a couple of kits, and we're working on them right now. Did we lose Joe?
I am still here. Sorry, I just got a text from my day job here
on
from work, and I was responding to it.
Oh, okay. Psycho316 says he posted his 23andMe report to Instagram. What are the percentages, Psycho3? Just tell us right now. 316. And let's see what it is. So anyway, good deals out there in Gun Prime. I always look at them for the Kel-Tec stuff. We got some cool Kel-Techery.
Talking about the Lithgow F90 Screaming Skull Saloon is. Have you had a chance to shoot one of those yet? Because I've shot a couple different events.
No. Mm-mm.
It's I haven't shot any of the I don't think I've shot any of the semi-auto ones. I mean, I've shot the full autos in semi, or the select fires in semi and in full, but they're kind of cool. But at the same time, they remind me a lot of the like they did more knockoff of the Steyr in some aspects than others. I don't think it's bad, but I think I'd rather have a Tavor, either SAR or X95 with the Geisley trigger pack than the Lithgow at this point.
Okay, so are those purpose built bullpups or no?
Yes, yeah. So they're used by
They're
used. Are they actually used by the Australian military in New Zealand, or only special ops over there or something? I know they're used by some military over in the Pacific area in that region down there.
Okay.
I can't remember off the top of my head. I've got a video up on my channel of me shooting them and talking with the folks from Lithgow, and I can't remember off the top of my head. That video is at least a year old. I can't remember exactly what the full story is on them, but shot them a couple different places, both the bullpup shoot up in Illinois, and then Big 3 down in Florida, and somewhere else I ran into them. And pretty cool, neat guns. The price point's right. I might pick one up, but as far as everything else, I think for now, if I was only going to get one, I would probably stick with like one of the Tavors.
So is that a AUG clone, or what's the deal with that?
In my opinion, it's very similar to an AUG. I mean, not completely, but there are a lot of similarities to it. Magazine wise, what mags do they take? They take the import AR mags, if I remember correctly. I don't remember because they talked about making some changes from the US model versus the ones that they had as far as magazine wise. And I can't, I'm drawing a blank. That was a while ago since I actually dug back into that.
I thought those, they make a couple different ones. My brother had one. It was an American made AUG, and it had proprietary mags. It was only mags just for that gun.
You're talking about the MSAR?
Honestly, don't remember, but it was pretty. It shot really well. It was cool. I liked it.
Okay.
But it was identical to the AUG. I'd rather have the Tavor. My friend has an AUG though, and they shoot really well. So I think he's gonna sell it. I'm probably gonna buy it from him.
The AUG.
Yeah.
Okay. AUGs are cool. If I could pick one up at a reasonable price and have one just to have it in the collection, I would. But,
come on, man, that movie was in.
It's been in all kinds of movies.
Die Hard. That gun was in Die Hard.
Yeah, the AUG's been in a lot of stuff. You see it in a lot of sci-fi movies, but I think you probably see being in movies is not doesn't make it awesome, but you see the Tavor in a lot of sci-fi movies as well. So
yeah. I've shot a Tavor a lot. I really like them too. They shoot really well. Yeah. I shot the Shorty full auto one at SWAT Roundup, and it shoots pretty good. You'd be surprised.
Yeah. Those I've never shot that full auto. That would be cool. So okay, awesome. Let's see here. What other stuff that we have? What other news things are going on? Let's see.
Somebody's asking 12 the Kel-Tec KSG versus Panzer DB12 bullpup. Which would you take?
The Panzer DB12.
Panzer doesn't sound familiar, but is the DB12
are they talking about standard? Shot? Yeah, maybe the standard.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, if they're talking about the standard manufacturing versus if I had to choose one of them, I think it depends on the situation that you want to use it for lightweightness and all that kind of stuff, or lightweightedness, however you want to say that. I would probably go with the KSG you know. But if at the same time, if you weren't worried about the weight or anything like that, I think the DP12, the thing with the DP12 is you could pump it one time and then you have 2 barrels. So you could shoot and then you have to pump it again. So, and it's aluminum. It's mostly a new aluminum construction versus the Keg 12 being like a lot of polymer and some steel and stuff like that. So I think the one that's the most mobile, I'm going to say, is a Keg 12. And what I would like to have, which I don't have, is SBS Keg 12. I'm sorry, why am I saying Keg 12? KSG, excuse me.
I'd rather have the Keg 12.
Walter has like messed up my brain with the Keg 12. That's what I can tell you right now. Yeah, the KSG, the SBS version of the KSG is really cool. It's less capacity and everything, but I like it because it's even lighter. I think if you're not worried about that, the DP12 is pretty cool. We torture tested it, and we were approaching like 700 rounds before we started to have some slight issues with it. It was still functioning, but the problem is that when we pulled the trigger, it unloaded both barrels. And they fixed that. They fixed that pretty fast. But you have to look at the circumstances. We put those 700 rounds through there in like 30-something minutes. So we were just like
yeah, you were pumping, weren't you?
Yeah, we were running a train basically on that DP12. I think we had like 4 guys, and someone would shoot, and the other guys would just like load up, and then someone else would be shooting, and we're just going through it. So I think it got so hot that it actually bent one of the feeding tubes a little bit. So I don't think, if you're getting into a situation like that, that is freaking zombie apocalypse right there. You know, and in the zombie apocalypse, it's not going to hurt you if it's doing both barrels. The problem with that is the weight.
Yeah.
So it's got more capacity and it's heavier. So that's the thing. But like, so for example, in Connecticut, you can't buy a new AR-15 in Connecticut. Everything has to be, if you can only buy post-ban, but you can walk into like standard manufacturing in Connecticut and walk out with a shotgun.
Come here.
So if you wanted something for home protection kind of a deal right there, that's pretty badass. So that's my thing on that. Have any of you guys fired have you shot a DP12?
I shot one at Industry Day, Media Day at the Range at SHOT Show. I think that's the only time I've ever shot one. Okay.
Are you a fan of, or you're not a fan of the double barrel thing?
I need to spend more time with it. I mean, I think I put, I don't know, there was like 6 rounds in it, and I shot it. I think I reloaded. I did 6 more rounds, something like that. It wasn't a ton, but I got a whole opinion on it. I'd probably spend some more time with it, just because I don't know. I found with a lot of this stuff, my first impressions are either right on or they're completely wrong. There's no middle ground.
Okay.
They're either completely right on or they're.
So what was your first impression?
My first impression with it, I thought it was all right. I thought it was neat. I thought it was all right. I didn't. I think maybe there's some user, just spending time with it would be it. But overall, my first impression with it was positive. It wasn't negative. I thought it was well made. It seemed to do well. And from the time that I was there talking to them.
On the KSG.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really care for it.
The KSG on the other side of it, I wasn't exactly the biggest fan of that. Every time the damn thing ejected, it left gouges in my wrist. Every time it freaking ejected, which pissed me off.
I had problems with the 3-inch magnums coming out. It's real thin pop metal right next to your face. When you're shooting a 3-inch magnum, it jars you. I mean, it hits you pretty hard. I didn't really care for it, to be honest with you. I mean, it was an interesting concept, poor implication, or great concept, poor materials. They could have done a little bit more with the cheek weld. I mean, that shotgun's right there against your face, and that's basically where the slug's at. They should have put, I don't know, a little bit thicker metal on that one side or something. I mean, I'm not really sure, but you shoot a 3-inch magnum through it, you shot a 3-inch magnum through it.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen from it being lighter as well. So those are the trade-offs there. I know in the beginning what you're talking about, Joe, which one? I think I have it. I think on this wrist, I was getting that same thing a long time ago. I think that's the problem that Mac had. as well. I think they've probably in the newer versions dealt with that, and definitely the later gens of it, I think, seem to be working a lot better. I never had any problems with mine, but I know people that were looking at them early on. There were some issues with them early on. So
yeah, and this was a good 3 years ago.
Yeah,
at least.
And that's kind of like how, you know, that's one of those things that happens with the Kel-Tec stuff, right? You know, there's when they come out brand new like that, there's a few little things that have to get tweaked out. So I know that they do. So for example, if you bought one of the first gen ones and for some reason it goes into Kel-Tec, from what I've seen, they totally go through it and they'll upgrade everything.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So everything has a trade-off. And I think that that's what you have to think about in the end of dealing with all these things. So, for example, what's the name of there's another bullpup shotgun thing that I tried and it was really horrible. The Turkish, was it the UTOS? You guys ever tried is it the UTOS? I think so.
No.
Yeah.
I shot a Turkish shotgun. It looked like an M16. That's about the only one I've ever shot.
I want to say I know what you're talking about. I haven't shot it. Did it just release this year?
No, it released years ago, maybe like 5-6 years ago, something like that. They were horrible.
No.
So I don't know if they've improved them. They might have gone back to the drawing board on that and improved those ones. So
yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that before, Hank.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've never put out a review on it because I just didn't want to buy one, but I have tried other people's and they had some serious problems. So like they would go off and you're not even pulling the trigger.
Oh,
yeah. Well, now is that a flaw or a feature?
It depends on when it does it, I guess.
Well, one of the things back in the day, and of course you can't have that now in the civilian one, some of the shotguns where if you held the trigger down when you pumped in the new round, if you still held the trigger down, it would fire as soon as you closed. Those were some of the law enforcement models or whatever they were.
15.
Yeah. Mike Bryan says the UTS, so the UTOS 15 looks like a giant aliens gun, which it does. And someone was asking about what I said about. So I was like, when I said no AR-15s, that's Connecticut. You can't buy a brand new AR-15 in Connecticut. It has to be pre-ban. So.
Yeah, Walter just hit it. Yeah, there was no disconnector in them. They just if you held it down, you closed it, boom, it went. Which of course, and it was built out that way as a feature for I remember it was military or law enforcement or whatever. I assume they got rid of most of those just because you're playing to your lowest common denominator, and the guy who just barely ekes in on the ASVAB test may not need access to something like that.
Yeah. So let me just, Lola brought in a note on this. She wants me to mention, CloverTac asked us to mention and encourage people to get involved in this, the hashtag blind challenge. So let's see. I think I've heard him talking about this, the hashtag blind challenge from Patriot in the Dark. The idea is to encourage gun content channels to up their quality of video and in so doing, make the content more useful for the visually impaired viewers. Here are the two videos that Patriot in the Dark made talking about it. Would love to see more channels participate and was hoping you and Hank may help spread the word. So there you go. And then there's some videos, which I guess I'll pull these up and share the links. I think I've seen some of this stuff. I mean, how can I make my videos more awesome than they already are? I
don't know. I don't think it's possible.
Lola in the videos more.
That's true.
Lola in there more.
Lola, and then added more goats. My wife says,
I've never heard that. I've never heard that before. Someone told me to put more Lola in there.
There
also,
you go.
Goats. My wife wants to see the goats in more videos.
Oh, really?
Goats. Hit more thumbs up. I'll get a big 100. Come on, thumbs up.
More goats.
She loves seeing the goats. What can I say?
Yeah.
She keeps bothering me to get goats. Let me ask you this, Hank, since we're on the subject.
Okay.
Do your goats go around eating things that they shouldn't on the hacienda? Or do they behave themselves fairly well?
Mine aren't really, they're not terrible. They're not terrible. They don't eat, like you would think they would just eat all the grass out there, but they don't. There's certain things like vegetation that they don't eat. It doesn't matter. They don't care about it. They don't eat it. there's not a lot of things out there that I'm really worried about them eating. That I'm not sure what you're referring to. We don't have like clothing or anything like that out there.
Well,
It's just cars out there, and the thing that worries me is they fight around everything. So it can get very scratchy.
All right. Well, as someone who is not a goat aficionado, you hear things about goats like, to eat, they'll like eat cans or metal, or they'll just find something and they'll just, next thing you know, they're eating the side of your house.
No, I've never seen them. No, they don't eat the siding. We have siding. They don't do that. As a matter of fact, they've never actually scratched up any of the cars. I think my dog has done more damage to cars. He doesn't mess with my cars, by the way. I think he learned his lesson on that. He scratches the living daylights out of Walter's car, which is funny and terrible at the same time. But the goats, the thing is, people say that goats eat everything. They do not eat everything. Okay, they're very picky. The most annoying thing about the goats is that they get stuck in the fence all the time. So, and that drives my boys really crazy because it's their job to go get their asses out of the fence.
So what are the benefits of owning goats then there?
For me, the benefits of the goats are, by the way, like if you breed them, which we've bred a couple of goats, now we have like a lesbian kind of harem going. So they're all female.
Sure.
Yeah. So we're not getting any babies for some time unless something crazy happens. Who knows? They're experimenting with mice, and 2 female mice can have babies now. But before we were breeding, so you could sell them. So if you have babies, you could sell them. But when they're young, they're very fragile when they're young, and they easily can get sick and die and all that kind of stuff. You have to make sure they get their shots, all of that. But you can sell them. Lola's sold several goats. People are always trying to buy goats from her. That's why we've kind of like the herd has come down a little bit. The benefit is that they eat most of the grass. So I haven't mowed in a long time.
Somebody said that.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Then you could eat them if you want to for meat or whatever else, Also, goats, and I've heard that creatures with hooven feet or whatever scare away the snakes. And I have noticed I haven't seen any snakes out there, or I haven't seen them as much since the goats have been around. For some reason, I guess they scare off those kinds of things.
I guess the hoof will cut a snake, right? It'll damage a snake, I guess.
I don't know.
I had this conversation today about donkeys, how donkeys chase off coyotes and snakes and all sorts of stuff. My friend's like, really? And he goes, no, I guess you're right. I've never seen him. I said, you need one donkey. He will attack everything. He will protect the herd. Donkeys are mean. They are wild.
That is true. Donkeys are mean.
So what you guys are saying is, where I live now, I'm basically the donkey. Since I chase off and kill the coyotes, and I'm generally ornery.
Yeah, but your teeth aren't big enough. You gotta get bigger teeth.
If you search if you Google donkey and coyote, you will see pictures of donkeys with coyotes in their mouths.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Donkeys hate coyotes.
Yeah. That's funny.
Wow. Yeah, but they'll kick the living crap out of other things too that mess with them. So there you go.
Maybe just get a donkey and turn it loose here.
Yeah, I'd like to have a donkey. My neighbors have donkeys. If anyone's been out there, I'm sure you've heard that lots of my neighbors have donkeys. I don't know. I don't know how many. I'm happy with the goats. Right now, we've got I think we've got about 4 goats. That's fine. I don't need more than that. In the wintertime, if you have goats in the wintertime, you're going to spend a lot of money feeding them. So just bear in mind with that. And Kenny Van Cleve asked what kind of goats faint. I think there's some pygmy Nigerian fainting goats, something like that. I've never had any of those, but I have seen them.
The fainting goat specifically.
Yeah. I've seen them. I've seen them in person because I knew someone that had them, and if you scare them, they faint, which is funny as hell. So, so there you go. So you're gonna get some goats?
I don't know. Well, it's wintertime now, so we're probably gonna have to wait again till the spring. But so last week on Monday it was 80 degrees here. On Tuesday it was 60. Or no, Friday. All right, so Friday was a cold day when Tom Bowers was here from Bowers Group. So Wednesday it was 80. Thursday it was like 60, and then Friday it was 38 degrees and raining and nasty when Tom Bowers showed up.
That's how it goes, man.
We were out there for like 5 hours, very little video because it was raining and I didn't want to get my cameras destroyed. But we did some Instagram stuff. But man, that was an absolute blast. If you ever have a chance to talk with and hang out with Tom Bowers, he is an awesome dude, very knowledgeable, very
And
cool.
what company?
Bowers Group. So Bowers Silencers.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've dealt with Tom before.
He seems like, I mean, I've never dealt with him like a business perspective or whatever like that, but he seems like a really, really good guy.
Yeah. Where are they based?
Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah. He was at the Unknown Distance Sniper Challenge event. And as he was driving across country, I shot him a message. I'm like, hey, you know, if you need a pit stop or something here, I knew he was coming back across this way because he had to go to Iowa. I said, hey, you know, you're more than welcome to stop by. So he swung by for a few hours. It was pretty cool.
Okay. Very cool. All right, let's see. Who has more Goran? Let's see what else you guys have.
I had Adam come out.
What was that? Trey?
Fire shoot yesterday on the range for his. I guess he was going to Tallahassee.
Oh, okay. You're gonna have to say that again because I lost you. I
had Adam, the guy that remember he was fighting the bump fire band?
Yes.
He came out and shot Monday.
Yes, I actually heard about that. Let me see if I can pull up the video because he sent me a link to his video.
Yeah, he sent me that same video.
So if you guys go to, I think his YouTube channel is Explain This. YouTube Explain This. And here, I'll show you like a quick, let me see if I can get this to flip over. Bam. So this is from Adam Roberts that was on the other day, and this is on the Aries Firearms training range. And this is him bump firing an AK. Here we go.
And he is good at it.
Just like any other.
He's not even thinking about that.
Yeah, he's good at it. I was like, dang, dude, that guy can bump fire.
I'm going to take this dust cover off, and you can see the fire control group. It's a standard fire control group. Just a hammer, trigger, disconnect, and no auto sear. There's no rail that's been, no modified rail here, nothing. It's just a semi-automatic AK.
Yeah. So there you go. So that's on there. I don't want to play too much of it. We do have permission from him to play that for anyone who's watching it. But anyway, so he just wanted to demonstrate how easy it was, and it's out there. Let me see. I need to figure out a way that I could put this up because you guys need to go and share this video. Let me see if I could. I'll figure out a way here to share the video and put it up in the in a link here. I'm gonna have to probably email it to myself to do that. So what do you think about that? Can you guys bump fire stuff? I can't.
Yeah, not like that. He's
good. I mean, I can, if I took like 12 clips in a row and took the best clip out of 12, best video clip that is, out of 12 tries, maybe one of those might be close to that, maybe on a really good day, maybe. Yeah. But to just be able to do it on command perfectly, no, normally I get some bumps and hiccups in there. But yeah, no, I mean, it's easily doable with somebody who has the time, the effort, and the energy to invest into doing it. And that's it. You just got to get out there and practice that. Although I got one buddy down in Florida, Dave, if he's watching, shout out to Dave. And he's just a savant. He can pick up you name it, he can pick it up and bump fire it. Doesn't matter what the hell it is.
That's pretty impressive.
It just, whatever it is, he can just pick it up and do it. He's just.
I bump fire too. It's called full auto.
Yeah. Well, so let me just give you some background on what's going on there. So Adam Roberts is the guy, one of the people here. He has a website. What is it? It's what was the website again, Trey?
Hold on, I gotta pull it on my phone.
Yeah.
Joe, you just got called out. Did you say clip?
I said video clip.
Video clip, yeah.
Video clip.
Yeah, Joe's not going to make that kind of mistake, I assure you. Anyway, so Adam Roberts is fighting the bump stock ban here in Florida. He's fighting that.
Bumpstocklegalaction.com.
Yeah, so there you go, bumpstocklegalaction.com. He also is on Facebook, I think, under bumpstocklegalaction.com. I just put a link in the chat here for everyone. Please, guys, go open up that video, look at it, thumbs up it, share it, all that kind of stuff. Once I get out of here, I'm going to try to share it as well, and then try to support Adam.
Support that dude. I mean, he's fighting for us basically. So obviously we're not fighting. He is.
Yeah. So he's out there fighting the bump stock, quote unquote, bump stock ban here in Florida, which is more than just a bump stock ban, by the way. And his contention with showing this him bump firing an AK is that you don't need a device. So they made, it's not just a bump stock. They made any device that changes the rate of fire, you know, anything, any device, tool, accessory, whatever that does that illegal. He's fighting that. He needs our support. And, you know, if you can't help him out financially, you can help to share this video and do some other things. I think there's some resources that he'll be looking for. So
I know everybody on here can come up with $20.
Yeah. And Trey helped him out. He was down. When did you guys do this video? Today?
He did it Monday.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry. I'm tired. He did it Sunday. I was out of town. And then he posted it to me Monday. Excuse me.
Okay. Go ahead, Joe.
Oh no, I was just saying, so this latest link here for Patriot in the Dark, is that the same one as that's not the same one as Robert we were just talking about, right?
No. Do you see the Robert one in there? It should be here. I'll put it up there again. Adam Roberts. Hold on. Okay, I just put it in. It should say Adam Roberts and then the link. So, yeah, we need to help get the word out about that. We need to fight back against these things. I think if we can get that declared unconstitutional here in Florida, it's going to help a lot of states that are facing this. So if you think it's just like a Florida issue, I think if they can really get away with this in Florida, then you're going to see in a lot more other places, and we shouldn't allow them to do that. So, and the point is pretty obvious. Like, he just did that without thinking. So he did it pretty easily there. So
yeah, he did it all himself, no attorneys. Pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm. So, and I think that video's like, he needed to make that video as part of the case. So there you go. That was cool. Let me see, what else do we have going on? I can show off this ACOG right here. Boom.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, you know, I haven't put this ACOG on anything yet. It is a
which one is it?
I think this is a 308, 3.5 by 35 scope.
I have that exact same one then. At 3.5, I have one of those on my Scar 17.
Yeah, it has the horseshoe reticle on it. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys.
I got the chevron and the donut. I really like those.
Yeah, this is the horseshoe. I don't know if any. I'm not really gonna get it.
You can see it. Yeah, you can see it. Not too well.
Yeah.
I'm running a 1x6 right now.
Yeah, I gotta throw this on something and test it out. So I figured I'd, you know, show off that little bad boy. I don't have a lot of expensive. I don't really believe in expensive optics, to be honest with you. So, you know, I like my optics like I like my women's cheap.
But they believe in you, Hank. They believe in you.
Sure. Sure they do.
They believe you can take out a second mortgage on your house.
Yeah. I'm more of like, I like the primary arms stuff. You know, I'm more of like a primary arms kind of guy at that level. And even, you know, we've actually gotten in some cheap optics from different companies here that I think, I keep saying one of these days I'm going to bring it up here on the show and then we'll take it out and test it. I've seen some other people have been doing that. We should probably jump into something like that and see what the cheap stuff looks like. You know, what do you guys think about the cheap stuff?
Well, which cheap stuff are you talking about? I've seen stuff that were in reasonable price range, but still had the same glass as the $2,000 optics. That's what I have. My scope's about $400, and you can't tell the difference between that and that high-end Vortex or any of those other ones. They look identical. Yeah,
I think we've got some really, really cheap ones around here. Let me see. Lola!
I have a $100 hammer scope. I shot 500 yards and killed an elk with it. I have, I got some sight marks. I actually like the sight marks. They're pretty decent scopes for what they really are. I mean, I wouldn't skydive out a helicopter with it, but for just banging on the range for $100, sight marks actually aren't that bad.
Yeah, I think these are sub $100. I think these are sub $50 optics or something like that. Do you know what these optics cost? Okay, they're on Amazon. Okay, so let's pull up one of these. And what's the company here? Okay.
What do you got there,
All
Joe?
right, so here we go. Sonic King. So this is something that
I haven't
people
heard
sent
of
me to
that.
test. So I'm going to pull this one up here. What is this? The 9x40. I'm going to pull it up before. I don't know a lot about these. So
It's fixed power.
hold on.
Yeah.
King 9.
What do you got, Joe?
40.
Right here, I have the Hatsan Flash Pup. It's a 25 caliber air rifle.
Yeah, that
Pre-charged
thing
pneumatic.
is sexy, man.
It is sexy and it shoots really well. This video will be going
Is it a
live.
pump air rifle or does it take a cartridge?
No, it has a built-in air cylinder in here, and you
Okay.
refill it. Holds 2,900 psi at the top end, and this thing is
Nice.
pushing 25 caliber pellets at 900 and change feet per second.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you
this
kill a
thing-
pig with that.
If you were close enough to it and you had the right pellet, theoretically. I don't know if I'd try and, I don't know. You'd have to be close enough to it, but this is 25 caliber. It's a 32. Well, they have different size pellets, but for that feet per second, it's a 36 caliber pellet, if I remember correctly.
Nice.
So each pellet has different, depending on its weight, will depend on how fast it's going, right? So I've got the video coming out on this. I just finished this up, so the video will be out before the end of the weekend on this. Really, really impressive. I'm not like an air rifle aficionado, but I was really impressed by this. I like it a lot. It's just absolutely a ton of fun.
Yeah. So I think that this company doesn't. I'm looking on Amazon, and it's out of stock on Amazon. And then when I go look to see what else the company has, it's out of stock. But I see there's other things like this. So they might have changed names. So this is a 3 to 9x40. There you go.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, 6 times zoom, 4 inches safe eye relief, a lot of different things. Let me see. This is like a less than $30. I've never even opened this though, so I'm gonna open it up and take a look at this, and we'll see if I think it's got any quality.
Looks
to
like
it.
it comes with caps on it already.
Yeah. So, yeah. Let's get it out of the plastic here. Yeah, it does have caps, see-through ones. There you go, and it has some cheap rings on it.
Hey, with the rings, look at that.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt for that kind of money. It's not horrible. So there you go. There's the caps on it and all that kind of good stuff that you would want out of it. There. Let me see. Let me see if I can see through the glass and see what we're getting out of that. Where's my eye relief? It's not bad. The glass is not horrible for what it is, and this is just like a crosshair reticle. So there you go. And it's lightweight and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't look. I think a lot of these things are made somewhat in the same factory. So I don't know. I would have to put that on something, like put it on one of Walther's 50s and see how much it could take. Like, does it totally destroy it? Does it hold 0 in there? We would have to beat it up, but it doesn't look too bad, And I could say, like, maybe if you wanted to put it on a 22 or something like that, you'd be fine. But I would have to see how it handles, how it fares on a higher caliber thing. And the rings aren't like my favorite kind of rings, but for the price and all that kind of stuff of what you're going in for here, I don't really think it's too bad. And let's see, the zoom. It doesn't look horrible, but I'm indoors and all that kind of stuff right now, so right. I don't know. I don't think it's horrible for the price of it. I have to say that there's like some window if you get what you pay for. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Yeah, you got to think about that sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think. What's the most money you guys would spend on an optic?
I guess
depends on what I'm using it for.
Okay.
Depends on what I'm using it for.
Right. So one of the most expensive optics I've ever purchased was what you just had in your hands, that 3.5 power Trigicon with the 308 BDC.
Yeah,
in it.
this
I
one,
think
yeah.
that maybe,
This is like over 1,000, 12, 13, 14, 15.
I think I think when I got it with all the discounts and stuff, it was about 12 or 1,300 bucks.
Yeah.
That's one of the most expensive optics I've ever bought. I think that Weaver Tactical 1-7 maybe was right around the same price point roughly. That thing has phenomenal glass, but then again, so does a Trigicon, right? So it all depends on what you're using it for. Like on this air rifle, I had that right on Mod 5 on here just for some accuracy testing, but I've got just this Vortex Crossfire on here. It's like $125 scope, and for $125 bucks, that is a ton of optic. It's got illuminated reticle. I mean, yeah, you've got ghost, you've got those halo issues when you try and zoom into 4 power. You have other things that you've got some distortion in the glass and stuff, using at 1 power. There's all different types of issues I could nitpick on this if it was not $125, right? So it's just like you're saying, it's a value for the money type thing. For 125 bucks, I bet on this Black Friday, we're going to see this thing down at like 115 bucks on sale somewhere with free shipping. For that kind of money, this is a fantastic optic. Now, if you're expecting better stuff, you definitely need to spend some more money to get rid of all those problems I talked about. But for 125 bucks, I can't knock it. I mean, it's got decent light gathering considering. It's not bad. I have people try and ask me to compare this to other stuff that's 2, 3, 4, 5 times the price point or more. And I just can't, I can only compare it to things that are in, the low hundreds, right? Because I mean, it is what it is. Yeah.
And I think like I see people saying Gorillas and Guns says he just got a nice set of rings for $10.99. Chris Bullis says he paid $39. He'll pay $39. Clint Sanders says $1,000 max. Len Holt says start at 1,000 and work your way up. Gorillas and Guns says $1,300. Forget that. I'm way too cheap.
Go ahead. This one's about $300, and it automatically ranges out to 900 yards. This is a PFI 3G. Glass is clear, a 1x6. I burn it up with my 308s. It does 308 or 5.56. You can actually pull it off and re-zero and put on another gun. You've set it, and that's it. I love it. I can afford to put a bunch of these on my rifle versus I have a ACOG. I got a Schmidt and Bender. I got a Vortex. I got all them scopes, and they're nice. But the Schmidt next to my Vortex look almost identical. There's a $2,000 price difference between those two scopes, and I can't tell the difference. With this next to, say, a higher end scope, can't tell the difference. And I save, $500-600 buying a scope. I love this scope. I mean, it's become one of my favorites, to be honest with you. It's probably going to go in all my guns.
Yeah. I think it really comes down, like Joe was saying, to what you're going to use it for. How many different guns. If you've got one rifle and you're going to fight at some distance and not close, like all these different things have something to do with it, right? What caliber are you dealing with here? Like, is it airsoft? Is it 22? Is it a 308, a 223? All those things have something to do with it. I personally don't believe in spending a crap ton of money. But what I do think about these cheaper things, like we were just looking, where is it? So we were just looking this one up, and we can't find it anymore. So if that company's not in business, you really don't have any kind of warranty or anything like that. But if it was $30, especially if you just but also if you're just getting into it, if you're just getting into the game, it's a good, easy way to find out and mess around with things. And if you destroy something or whatever, it's no big deal. Versus like you might stay out of the game if someone says, well, you have to spend $1,000 on this optic, and then you don't get in at all. A lot of times people out there won't spend $1,000 on the rifle. So, and I know people have said traditionally it's supposed to be more money than like twice the cost of the rifle, right?
That for a long time that was that was the mantra. For a long time that was true. If you go back past 10 years ago, absolutely, you needed to spend at least twice the price.
But was that marketing? I mean, is that like how De Beers
had to
the diamonds?
Because I have a $300 Savage with a $100 scope, and I make 1,000-yard shots with it.
Yeah, I think it's almost like if you look into De Beers, I was looking at a video about this. De Beers owns most of the diamonds that are out there, and they're old company. And for a long time, they've been putting things out there in the media like diamonds are a girl's best friend. You know, you've got to spend 2-3 months worth of salary if you're going to buy an engagement ring and this thing and that thing. And it's just, I think, marketing, right?
I think there's a lot to it. I mean, I have an old BSA optic that I put on one of the first Evil Black rifles I bought back in 1999. That was a Century Arms FA91 Centurion, so a G3 clone, right? That is a hell of a
it's a beater.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty robust.
Yeah, it's pretty robust. So I have an old BSA optic, the first scope I ever bought that I think I paid about 125 bucks for. I think it's a 3 to 9-ish power. Maybe it's a 4 to 12, something like that. Somewhere 3 to 12-ish, right? And that scope still works now, you know, almost 20 years later, right? So I think if somebody at the same time though, I mean, you're after so many shots, it's going to wind up losing 0 over, you know, a few hundred shots, and you're going to have to tweak it a little bit here and there, right? It's not necessarily due to the mount. It's just, it is what it is. There's, you know, there's halo issues, all these different things that your occasional shooter may not notice. Now, at the same time, like I got that Crossfire 2 right there. I have a bunch of other low-end optics and red dots, because I don't put all, I'm not going to, you know, go broke putting stuff on all my guns. I got a lot of guns.
Yeah. I think a long time ago, you probably got more quality. You can maybe make that argument a long time ago where it was made, more quality and all that. Today, these things are pretty much made in the same place. I would suggest going with like Primary Arms, which, by the way, we have like links to these where you can get them with the mounts and free shipping and stuff like that. But go with Primary Arms or Vortex. What's the name of some other ones out there, guys? Yeah,
like we've got right here from Right On, right? I mean, you're talking about optics, and Primary Arms has things that come in really close to the same range as well. These are, you know, what we have access to in the past 5 years, especially even 3 years. We are seeing an unheard of shift in the value for the dollar that you're getting in a lot of these optics, and you know, be it Primary Arms. I honestly, in my opinion, I think Vortex over these past 2 or 3 years is slightly ticking down in their quality, from what I can tell from from a lot of reports. I get a lot of friends in the industry. Obviously,
they don't care about the customer.
Yeah, I've got a lot of friends that are trainers. But anyway, you're looking at, you know, Primary Arms. I mean, hardly anybody has anything bad to say about them. Right On, a number of these other companies that are producing high quality optics. I mean, you know, you look at something with this glass, Japanese HD glass. You know, and I'm not just trying to pick on this one just because this is the one that I've got because the review just went live, but you know, $499 street price, first focal plane, which would have been unheard of to touch anything under $1,000 just a couple of years ago. First focal plane, HD glass, which it's not the world's best glass, right? But it is really good glass for this price point. You know, just a year or two ago, you would have been looking at spending twice as much for glass like this. Primary Arms is coming out with some of the same stuff, or have
the competition is rampant. It's changing everything.
Exactly, and you see all these other big manufacturers, be it Bushnell, Nikon, they're all adjusting. You know, even these big, you know, bigger ships take longer to turn, but they're all adjusting now. With Bushnell with like their Forge line, Nikon's coming out with their P series. What the hell are they calling it?
Is it SIG? Is it SIG that's doing their own line of optics?
Yes, they are.
A lot of SIG stuff are made by other companies though. Like their red dots are made by HoloSun.
Yeah, HoloSun has and HoloSun and Primary Arms are pretty much. I don't know if it's a secret, but they're like pretty much the same things or close, very close.
I know there's a big relationship there. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, Lucid makes good stuff too, by the way.
They do.
Lucid Optics.
Red dots. Yeah. Well, one red dot, one green dot, and they are fantastic.
By the way, these guys also sent a bipod of some sort, so I'm going to open this. What is this? A 6 or 5? The one thing, the lettering on there is pretty terrible. Yeah. So I can't clearly read that.
Yeah, I don't skimp on the bipod.
Yeah.
I destroy bipods. I've got piles of them.
Okay, so bipod. Yeah, this is real lightweight. I could tell you right now that bipod. This bipod is way too light.
That bipod wouldn't last 10 minutes.
Yeah, this is really light. I don't think this is going to be really tough. But what can I say? Yeah.
I had a buddy who was over the weekend, and he has a UTG bipod that mounts on the side of the M-LOK rail. So it's 2-piece bipod, goes on each side of the M-LOK to lower the center of gravity. And that UTG bipod, I was shocked at how nice it was and how well it did. And he had that on a 308, I believe, if I remember correctly. And his brother's got one. They've been using them for a while. I was actually pleasantly surprised at that. And UTG is kind of a mixed bag anyway. Some of their stuff's good. Some of it's, I really don't do much with it. But
I probably would, like, this probably wouldn't be bad. There was a piece that fell off of this. Let me see. Here's the Picatinny piece that came with it. I mean, that seems fine enough, but I think this would probably work out on like a 22 or something like that. You know, if you didn't want to, but maybe Trey, I think, was probably right with that. You want to get a real tough bipod because that can take a lot of smashing around right there.
Yeah, especially if you're shooting right. Like I like to preload my bipods when I'm shooting for extra stability, right? So I'm leaning into my bipod a little bit. So I want a decent bipod, and I have a couple quality bipods. One of the ones that I use.
I've been running the Actitech.
Actitech is good, and they do well.
What are we looking at a rough price for those?
For
like
which one?
A lot.
Huh?
They're expensive for bipods. But
Okay.
I have quick throw levers on mine, so I just throw the lever. It goes on another rifle. Boom, boom, boom. I move it around.
Okay.
The Atlas, I think I'm on my 3rd Atlas for breaking.
Oh, really?
Really?
I load it kind of hard. I load into it hard. I do not play around. I will break it.
Okay. You froze there for Trey.
He
one with broken legs, all sorts of crap.
Yeah, you froze up there, Trey. Just repeat that again.
Even this.
How wow, that's kind of herky jerky. Did they warranty your Atlas bipod, or how did that go?
Of course they did. I just got tired of sending them back.
That sucks. Because I mean, I wouldn't say I was talking about preloading the bipod earlier, and I'm
225.
And you push it.
If it breaks, it'll break with me.
All right. So I don't like try and kill my bipod when I preload into it, but I do preload a little bit. And obviously smaller.
Okay, so you're jumping out of a helicopter to set up somewhere to shoot, and your bipod hangs on the chopper and rips off. I know that sounds dumb, but you're jumping out of a car, it'll do the same thing. I like a solid bipod. I pay the extra money.
Yeah, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. I think it's the same thing with your
I'm
with your mount.
more protective of the scope.
Yeah, I think the same thing with your mount. You want, like, the mount is a place where you want to get a good mount. Let me just get this in from Walter, and then I'll let you go, Joe.
Sure.
Walter says, no matter what you buy, make sure it has a good warranty, even the best break.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you can at least get in touch with those people, that they're gonna exist and be in business when you need it.
Yeah, because I'm dealing with that with one of my scopes right now. I have a Valdarian. I can't pronounce them right. Can't even get a hold of the factory to send it back for the warranty because I have fog in the glass. And that scope's like it's like $2,500 to $3,000 scope.
Wow.
I got a deal on it, of course, but it's a great scope, but I can't get them to warranty because I can't even get in contact with somebody. Walter's 100% correct on that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Joe.
No, I was just saying that I don't know. I'm pretty happy with my experiences with Atlas anyway, but at the same time, that's unfortunate to know. I mean, Atlas bipods, I don't know which model you have, but they run about 250, and you can even go up from there depending on which ones you have. And that sucks if they've been breaking on you.
It's been a while now. I've just stopped using them altogether.
Okay.
Yeah. I think if it's for a really important rig, you want to make sure that everything that goes on there works. I think the bipod's going to be part of that equation for long distance shooting for sure. And your mount is also part of that equation for sure. And then with the optics, think about what you can afford and look at. There's a lot of deals out there with the optics just because there's so much competition going on right now.
Yeah, the optic market's way out of fucking whack. You can easily get a cheap optic. Like we were showing you these different optics. You don't need to spend $4,000. I was in a competition shoot. The guy had a $4,500 scope, and I had my $1,600 scope. Spanked his ass.
Yeah.
Scope doesn't make the shooter.
And here's another thing. Like I remember one time I was shooting this what was it, a Desert Tech gun, and they sent me the gun, they sent me the optic and everything, and had to go
Those
back
are so
to them.
nice.
The whole setup, I think, I had to sign some paperwork to be responsible for about 35, 40 grand. And the optic itself was about 10, 12 grand on that thing.
Holy shit.
And not easy to
Dorsey?
use. Yeah. I forgot what the name of it. I blocked it out of my mind. If you look at the video, I say it in the video, but it was so expensive. I was like, I never want to know anything about this. And here's the other part of it is it was more difficult to use. Like I like the ACSS system that Primary Arms has, and I know some other people doing something like that, where you can pretty much self-range once you have it zeroed in and all that kind of stuff. It's a self-ranging thing, way easier to use. So for me, that's a factor. If you're super great at math and all that kind of stuff, like Elizabeth Warren, you know, yeah, if you want to make all these complicated. Yeah, if you want to make complicated calculations, you could do that. Southern Partisan wants to know if anyone knows if Gerber warranties auto knives. And
I bet you they do, but I don't know that for a fact. Gerber's got a really good warranty on their knives.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they cover.
I would not be surprised if they had. I would be highly surprised if they did not have a good warranty for that auto knife.
Yeah, definitely get in touch with them because I agree with that. Gerber pretty much covers the knives that they have out there. Armament and Axes gave us $2. He says, just because I like it here, Hank.
Thanks, Armament.
Armament and Axes for the win.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate it. Okay, are we done with the whole optic thing, or is there more on that? I mean, I don't mind if we've got more to say with the optic.
No, we can talk about something else. Have you seen these Riker grips?
No. Oh yes, that monkey cloth kind of thing.
Oh man, no, I don't. Well, I don't know that thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like you hold it up. I think I used that somewhere last year.
Dude, I love it, man. I just got it like 2 weeks ago. I put it on my M16 SVR. I've been playing around with it. It's a little too much for the shorter guns, but I tell you what, it's very comfortable. Okay. And you got to grip on the gun. They ain't getting it out of your hand. I actually liked it. I've been playing around with it. You ever played around with one of these, Joe?
I have not. I mean, honestly, I'm looking at it and thinking to myself, but why?
I've used it somewhere. I think not this year because I didn't go, but last year.
Because I normally shoot like
at
this.
IV.
I wrap and I got my thumb down, so it's almost identical to my hand, but I get a better grip on it. I was kind of the same way. I'm like, okay, it's just another thing on my gun, but I've actually kind of grown fond of it.
Well, you like that whole super tactical over-under thing then, right?
No, I don't do that bullshit. You talking about the Chris Costa C or whatever like that?
Yeah.
Normally, when my SBR, I run it here, and this is how I normally run it nice and tight. Where I like to run the mag well, but I have been playing around with this grip, kind of farting around with it. I actually like it. I don't know why, but it's kind of grown on me.
Yeah, and it looks. When I used it, it seems like if you're able to pull back into you're going to get a little bit more stability and all that kind of stuff.
Well, we tried, yeah, and it's when you got your hand on it, you got a good solid grip on it. It ain't going out of your hand. I can tell you that.
Yeah, Richard Hughes says his dad had camera grips like that. I do remember those.
I believe it. I like it. I was kind of like, I don't know. My friend goes, here, try it out. And then next thing I know, I'm like, dude, that's actually kind of cool. I kind of like it, actually.
Yeah. Southern Partisan says, how does it balance when you lay the rifle on its side?
Just like that.
No, on a table or something.
Oh, I just set mine on the table like that. It sticks up. I got some pictures of me just laying it down. I haven't had any problems with it. I like it. It's pretty solid.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I know I've seen it. I haven't put it through the paces. How long have you had it, Trey?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I've been running on full auto to see if it'll break it down.
Okay, and is there anything in there other than being? Can you hold it up close to the screen so the folks out there who haven't seen it can get a closer look? I've got you locked in right now. Okay, hold it sideways. That'll help people go. No, like horizontally.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, the way. Okay, and then rotate a little bit. There you go. All right, right there. So can you keep anything in there?
No.
Is it storage?
Nope.
Is it adding a lot of weight?
No, it probably weighs like half an ounce to an ounce. I mean, I don't know the exact weight, but I can tell you it doesn't weigh very much because I'm real particular about weight too. I was like, whatever, it's another novelty, but I've actually I know, Joe, it seems weird, but I actually kind of like it. It kind of adds another dynamic. Now on the SBR, it's a little too much, but I pull it in nice and tight. I've been going quite fond of it.
Yeah.
I've been running on this machine gun for 2 weeks, and I've yet to make it fall apart. We'll put it that way.
Yeah. Kioski says it's like a rock climber's grip. Len Holt says it would be interesting on an AR pistol. I guess someone else said that as well. What's the cost of it?
I think they're like 30 or 40 bucks. This one, I hate to say it was given to me. He was curious to see what I thought about it. And I said, well, it looks like another grip. So he goes, here, have it and play around with it and tell me what you think. So I've been putting it through its paces. The next thing is I'll drag it across the pond with a fishing line on a gun and see if I can break it off also.
Yeah, beat it up a little bit. And listen, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think you have the opportunity to test out things like that. So, and then CB says if the grip had light controls, it would be good.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty good idea. I mean, that actually is not a bad idea. Like a plug it in, and then run the lights on your grip. Yeah, actually, that's a pretty darn good idea.
Yeah. Listen, I'm always open to different ideas out there. We just have to see whether or not they get adapted.
Well, I do the same thing with training. If somebody comes out with a different technique, I use it for a while just to see if it fits. And if it doesn't fit, then I just dump it.
Yeah.
If I like it, then I stick with it.
What is that called again, Trey?
Ryker grip. RYKOR.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. That's
yeah, I have no affiliation with them. Somebody gave me one and asked me what I thought with it. And I was like, I'll try it out. I was kind of skeptical at first, but I actually started kind of really liking it, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
not to mention on this SBR, it gets hot really fast because it's such a short barrel. I got a gap between my hand and actually holding on to the rail because when this thing gets hot, you're in that rail area, boy, it gets hot. Now I got a nice spot where my hand's not even touching the gun at all.
Yeah, so I'm going to share a link for it. I just looked it up. It's Ryker, RYKER. And I'll throw it up here. It looks like it's $75. Throw up a link in there. So for anyone who wants to check it out, and then this looks like it's the first gen of it. So maybe it says increased speed, improved accuracy, enhanced stability, rapid target acquisition, superior recoil management, dominant eye alignment, ergonomic optimization, efficiency of movement. There's lots of things right there.
Does it say if it'll accept Glock magazines or not?
No, I don't see it.
It does. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't see that on there, but that's a good question. Always a good question. Yeah.
Something I was playing around with. I thought it was an interesting concept.
No,
I don't really run pistol grips. I don't run much on my gun. I keep my guns basic, as you guys can see. Irons. I mean, I don't run much on the SBR or any of the stuff because when I'm 10 feet away from somebody, I don't have time to dick around with stuff failing or malfunctioning. This thing's so simple and easy to use. To be honest with you, it almost actually enhances my grip. I personally think, but we'll see how well it holds up. But I like it because I can get the gun hot and my hand's not on the gun.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of accessories and things like that coming out there. I can see the ergonomic part of it, I think the thing is, like, in how long can you hold it up? You feel like you can hold it up for a long time like that?
Oh yeah, I bet you I could stay here at least 30 minutes like this.
Okay. All right, and you said it's more comfortable when your arm can extend out all the way.
Well, you can put it wherever you want. If you want to run it further back, you can run it right here. I don't see the point. I usually run the grip like this, so I run down on the shorter guns. Okay. I just had to have the SBR set up, so I just threw it on there to play around with it, and I never took it off. On my longer guns, it'd be a little bit more. I'm sure it'd be a little bit more weight because your hand's out, and obviously the barrel's pulling down on it. But like I said, I've been playing around with it. I'll probably put on a long gun here in a little bit. I've been running on this little 7-inch barrel, I think it is, M16. Yeah. We're shooting a piss out of it this weekend. We put about 1,000 rounds through it. It held up. It held up with the heat too. So, an interesting concept. I kind of playing around with it, see if I like it. kind of curious to see what the other guys think of it.
Yeah, Jason Doramus says might work pretty good on an M240B or M249.
Yeah, I thought about it hanging on my gear too, Southern Partisan, but I haven't run it in full gear yet, so I can't give a comment on that. I've just been shooting it. But you keep your gun down, you pretty much wouldn't hang on your gear too bad. It shouldn't be a problem. I mean, it would hang on your gear the same as a regular pistol grip would.
All right, cool. You know what? We are over the 9 o'clock hour. I guess we should probably start wrapping this up a little bit here. Let's see. Let's start with Trey, since he was the last person talking here. Trey, what do you guys have going on? What's going on with you guys coming up this week?
We don't have much coming up this week, just regular range week. I got some CWP classes. I'll be on the range doing some work. The weather is absolutely gorgeous. It is the perfect time to come shoot and enjoy the weather. So please come out to Aries Firearms Training in Leesburg, Florida, 352-321-8102. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. Hope to see you guys there. Richard came out and shot. He had a good time. So it's always entertaining to see everybody.
Yeah, I think you had some kind of training class out there this weekend, right? Because I think I saw, I think you had a training class this past week or over the weekend, because I saw Tank and Turtle.
Yeah, I was training Brazilians, 5 or 6 Brazilians. I let them run that Riker grip to kind of get a feel from them too, what it was doing. There was, they enjoyed it. I don't know how much they enjoyed it, but they did enjoy shooting it. They thought it was an interesting concept also. But yeah, we don't have too much going on this weekend. Thumbs up, everybody.
All right, cool. Yes, thank you. All right, Joe, last but not least, what's going on with you? What kind of things can we look forward to this week?
So if you're into air rifles, that Hotson Flash Pup video will be up sometime, hopefully before the end of this weekend. So keep an eye out for that. I think this thing dropped in other countries before this. I may be one of the first people whose English is their first language and is actually doing the review in English. So if you want to watch this, the videos on this have been out in Turkey for a while, but if you want to watch
Joe is cornering that English market.
I'm cornering the English market on that for now. This video on this Right On optic and this build setup right here, well, with this on here anyway, dropped yesterday. So definitely check out this this Right On scope review. I filmed at least the second half of that using the new M50 Canon, so that did pretty good. I don't know, we got a ton of stuff in the pipeline. We had a ton more silencer stuff coming up. There's just a lot going on right now. So yes.
Make sure you follow 13C Gun Reviews on all the platforms out there.
Oh, and the big news, if you're not subscribed to the 13C email list, definitely please do that. We're giving away that Geisley SSP trigger in less than a month now. And if all you gotta do is be subscribed to the new newsletter. So, and after you're done sign up for my newsletter, you need to go to hankstrange.tv and make sure you're signed up for Hank's newsletter.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. Yes, and you got good odds going on winning that thing. So get up on the newsletter.
Yeah,
it's
a relatively fresh newsletter. We changed over a couple months ago, so it's pretty fresh. So your odds of winning are actually pretty high right now.
Okay, cool. Also, Opt Out of Gun Control says he was out at Aries on Sunday. So that's for Trey. Opt Out of Gun Control was there. And by the way, I want to thank everyone that's been doing the ATI minis.
Dude, that thing is cool. I gotta get one.
Yeah, a bunch of these 50s actually went out there to people, and they've been throwing up stuff on social media. I'm trying to get everything out there. I'm like spreading it out on like in terms of resharing and stuff like that. I know Opt Out of Gun Control did some cool stuff, so thanks for that. And I want to thank everyone for coming on. I want to thank Joe for coming on here and dealing with the craziness as usual.
It's always a blast.
We keep it crazy.
Keep it real.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to thank Trey for being so persistent.
And actually getting on the show. I love the show. We have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. We have fun having you on. I want to thank everyone that's out there in the chat, everyone that supports us on Patreon. It's Patreon/HankStrange. Of course, don't forget about Gun Prime supporting the show today and that Gun Prime deal. Gun Prime has a lot of cool deals on the website. Go check it out. ATI Outdoors, of course, and Safety Harbor Firearms, Andrews Custom Leather,
Fort Scott.
Yes, Fort Scott
Fort Scott
Munitions,
Munitions.
all those good people out there. So,
And did you see Andrew's new post to his new what was it, Cape Buffalo hide holsters? Oh, they look cool, man. They
yeah,
are sweet.
gray. Yeah, in gray. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I'm pretty jealous of that right now. It looks badass. All right, so we're gonna see you guys tomorrow. We've got and I totally forgot who I said already who's coming on, and now
I forgot to.
it's totally skipping my brain.
Walter.
The Patriot Lady doll.
Yeah.
Lady doll.
Patriot doll.
Patriot doll. There we go.
Yeah.
Don't forget to watch the movie, Walter.
Yes, and Walter's coming on, and then on Friday we're gonna have movie night on Friday. So there you go. Way too many things swimming around in the brain. We're gonna see you guys tomorrow. We're out of here. Peace.
Good night, everybody.